stories, or history rather, that occurs in my family and that has to do with Sai Baba is the story of M B Rege. M B Rege was my grandfather, my ajoba, and during most of his life he was devoted to Durga. Like most Hindu families have a family god, our family god is Durga. So he visited the Shanta Durga temple in Goa. That's the goddess that the family is devoted to. Around this time, he came across the famous painting by Raja Ravi Verma. It is the Dhruv Narayan painting, in which Lord Vishnu has appeared to the young Prince Dhruv when he did strict penance in the forest. Ajoba meditated on this painting, and he was very focused on Lord Vishnu in the painting. So much so that he found the Prince Dhruv to be distracting. Now you have to remember that he was very young at this time. And what actually happened was he ended up cutting out the Prince Dhruv from the painting and imagined himself sitting in front of the god. He was devoted to Vishnu. So everything was going fine for him up until the age of 21, when one night he had a dream. Now, I'm not sure of the history of what exactly was going on at this time, but he had the three dreams. And the three dreams, the first dream, he experienced that he was leaving the body, and he was looking down at his body, and Lord Vishnu was standing in front of him. This is how he told the dream. And this was not something that was usual in his life. And as part of the dream, he realized that what the dream was trying to tell him was that he was not the body. He was something more than the body. So this was the first dream, and it was kind of significant. Later that night, he had a second dream. And in this dream, Lord Vishnu appeared again, but this time he had someone else with him. And Vishnu introduced this person as Sai Baba. And he said, you must seek him. He is your guru. The third dream happened about an hour later, that same night. And in this dream, he experienced that he was moving very quickly, as if through the air, and landed in a place that he had never been to before. So he asked a local, what village is this? So the man said, this is Shirdi. So Ajoba said, if this is Shirdi, then Sai Baba must be here. And the man said yes, and took him to the mosque where Sai Baba was sitting, with his legs outstretched in front of him. And in the dream, Ajoba went and put his head on Sai Baba's feet. And Sai Baba in the dream said to him, "You bow down to me, but I am your debtor." So that was the third dream. These three dreams had a very deep impression on him, and he decided to find Sai Baba. So he went to Shirdi, and when he reached Shirdi, everything was just like the dream. So everything seemed just like he had seen in the dream. So his reaction was the same way, right? So he goes into the mosque and he sees Sai Baba just like in this dream sitting, and he was surrounded by devotees. So he thinks nothing of going up to him and putting his head on his feet. But at this time, Sai Baba reacted very differently than in the dream. In fact, he rebuked him and said, "What are you doing? Do you bow down to a man?" So this Ajoba was taken aback by this. And I don't think he responded to that, but he just kind of backed off and went away despondent. This was nothing like the dream. He realized that what Sai Baba was referring to was what Ajoba had believed earlier, that he had questioned whether we really need saints to get to God. So anyway, when he was sitting outside, he wondered if the dream had led him to really seek something that was real. So was the dream really real? So anyway, later on that day, as he was sitting outside somewhat despondent, he started to think about the day's events and things like that. And he decided, he said, I've come all this way and I must go meet him. I'm gonna go meet him. He really didn't have any other plan. He was in a place he didn't know. He had come all the way to Shirdi. So he decided, he said, I'm gonna go meet him. So that's what he did. He waited till the people that were there were leaving after the morning session. And when they were alone, he saw that Sai Baba was there. And he was calling him. He was waving toward him. So Ajoba was unsure. Why would this man who had sent him away just earlier during the day be calling him back? So you can imagine he was wary of going back. So when he did, Sai Baba talks to him. And he was really surprised because Sai Baba addresses him as if he knows him. And as if he was anticipating him coming there. And he says to him, "You are my child." And he explains what he had said earlier. And he says, when we are in the company of others, we send the children off. So what he was saying was that this relationship that we have, or this relationship that we are having or beginning, is not for everyone. It's between you and I. So that's kind of how the relationship started. And it was one of the best relationships. In fact, he remained close to Baba till the day he died, and he was his disciple for the whole of his life.